Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Happy October. I got my Boxycharm October base box in the mail and I'm really excited to jump into it. I'm going to be honest, it is not a full face, but I do have the ability to do a full eye today. There's some brushes, there's an eyeshadow palette, the works. So we're going to be doing a whole eye out of this month's October Boxycharm base box. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day and that'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to jump into my box with me, which is for the first time in a while, a nearly full box of makeup, one skincare item. Stay tuned. So the theme this month is Boxycharm Spellbound, super appropriate for October. Obviously, witchy vibes are totally always up my alley. You know I love things that are very vampy and I love a fall look. This is variation 3, which is the lowest variation number I have seen in a very long time. And again, when you look in the bottom corner, you'll see C2110003. That is C 2021. Month 10, and then variation 003, which is 3. There are 5 items in this box, and we're going to jump right into that. So the first item out of the box is going to be the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Wink of H2O Vegan Collagen Eye Cream. Retails for $35. Like an espresso shot for your under eye, the vegan skin-loving eye cream reduces the appearance of puffiness and dark circles for a refreshed, youthful look. The weightless water-based formula gives a lifted effect that is clinically proven to deliver 24-hour hydration. It helps to firm and fight signs of aging with HydraFlex technology to create a crease-resistant base. Now, I've said this before, and I did mention it in my Boxycharm spoiler video back in September. I was not excited to receive this. I'm not a huge fan of the Rainforest of the Sea line. We did get the Glotion in last month's box, and it honestly made me greasy, and the amount of, like, marula oil in their formulas, it doesn't really work for me. I am pretty oily. So I'm going to set that aside and drop it in a giveaway, because that is just not a product I'm into. Next, coming from Trace Loose Beauty, this is I Am Becky G's line. These are the Like an Artista 4-piece eye brush set. So pack on the pigment or blend as much as you need. Professional quality, vegan mixed textures make it easy to perfect your ideal eye look. This set includes the B100 Deluxe Blending Brush, the 101 Classic Blending Brush, the 102 Angled Brush, and the 121 Rounded Brush. Retailing for $27. This is also a new launch. Pulling them out, I think they feel like nice quality. I love the indigo blue handles. The fibers feel nice and packed. I do love this kind of a shape. They did come in a protective plastic film. I did remove them and then do a quick instant wash with a quick dry instant brush cleaner because you never know what gets on them when they're in the factory. But I do really love this kind of a shape. So we're going to put that to the test with the eyeshadow that also came out of the box. We've received quite a few products from the brand Ace Beauty, but we got a palette from them this month. This is the Falling For You palette, which obviously is very fall vibes. This retails for $34.99. The Falling For You palette, ooh, that's really beautiful. The Falling For You palette represents some of your most favorite things about fall season. Each color has been carefully milled and pressed to provide the easiest application and the most excellent color payoff, retailing for $34.99. I am going to jump right into the palette, and I'm going to start with the Fluffy Blending Brush. This is the B100, and I'm going to take the shade Squash up here, which is a soft pink shade, and I'm going to dust that into the crease. Now, I did already prime my eyes off camera with concealer in my skin tone, and I did set that down with the translucent powder. But this is not going to be like a palette that I think I can even mess up with. I'm very familiar with their formula. I have used many of their palettes in the past, and Ace Beauty does have a really good formula. The brushes, however, I am new to, but these are very soft and not scratching. Now that the transition shade's down, I'm going to switch to the 101 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Autumn up here, which on camera looks a little more bricky red. In person, it's a little bit more brown, and I'm going to take that on the tip of this brush, pat it on the outer portion of the eye, and then gently buff it into the crease. I'm going to switch back to that first brush and the shade Squash again. And I'm just going to blend the edges and blend up. Next, going into the angled brush, this is the 102. I'm going to switch to the shade Pinecone, which is the darker brown in the palette. And I'm going to concentrate that on the very outer portion of the eye and really just use this to add some definition to the outermost portion. And then when I feel like there's nothing left on my brush, I'm going to take a tiny bit more and just blend that up and through the crease. Little tip, and you'll notice I kind of move up and down the brush. When I really want more intense color, I will choke up on the brush and hold it closer to the tip. And then when I want to diffuse the color, I'll actually pull back because that'll give you a softer hold on the brush and it'll just make it a little bit more of a light feathering blend versus when you choke up on the brush and it really packs on that color. Switching back to the tapered brush, I'm just going to make sure to trace that crease and keep all of those colors nice and diffused. There isn't a brush that I like for a lid shade, so I'm going to dip into my personal favorite. And looking at the colors in the palette, I normally would go into a shade like this, Apple, which is very pinky and very pretty. You know what? I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go into Apple. I do just want to swatch this one, though, because that looks... Oh, yeah. Look at how foiled and metallic that is. Oof. I kind of want to go gold now. No, I'm going pink. I'm going to go into the shade Apple up here, and I'm going to load that up on a brush. This formula does look super wet, but I am still going to mist it with some setting spray, just because that brings every formula to life. That pinky rose gold color is so pretty. Jumping into that angled brush, I'm going to take the shade Chestnut, which is a really deep purple, and I'm going to take a very small amount of that and really just lightly blend that, not even in the crease, just on the outermost portion of the eye, just to add a little more sultry, smoky definition. And once it's in place, switching to the first brush, I'm just going to blend the crease a bit just to soften. That looks really pretty. All right, there's no mascara in the box, so I'm going to go do this on this eye, put on some mascara, and I'll be back for the next item. All right, I am back, and we are on to the next item in the box. This comes from the brand Kamara Onique Beauty. It is the Mary Eyelash. Retails for $25. This is the most natural lash in the collection and is perfect for the woman who wants to keep it real with her beauty. It is soft and light whisper lash that looks perfect on all eye shapes. Right there, first off, I think they mean wispy, not whisper. Second off, not to be that person, but women aren't the only ones wearing eyelashes, so not a huge fan of the label there, but they look pretty, so we're going to try them out today. Normally, I would apply them with an eyelash glue. However, the other item in the box, this is the last item, is the Appeal Cosmetics Liquid Adhesive Liner. Retails for $29. This is the newest and most innovative way to apply your false lashes. Step aside tubes of glue. The ultrafine liner is the easy way to apply and a hot way to spice up any eye look. I'm going to be dropping that in an upcoming giveaway because I do already have an adhesive eye liner. This one is from Glam Infused. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't even use this one. I always use glue. So I am going to pop the lashes on. So just to walk you through the process of how I do that, I take a lash a lash tool, and I pull the lash off. First thing I then do is I go into my lash scissor, and I take that little nub of plastic off of both edges, and then I measure it on my eye to see how much of this I need to trim off. Now, you always want to trim from the outer corner. So I'm going to lay that on my eye at the inner corner, and then just see And honestly, I think this is a good length. Obviously, it's not on, so it still looks weird. So I don't think I'm going to trim that at all. So I am going to just go and grab that adhesive liner, throw a tiny bit on my eyes. Now, because my eyes are hooded, I don't normally go in with a lot of liner, so I did keep it pretty thin, but just thick enough that I'll be able to stick the liner to it. I'm sorry, stick the lash to it. And I'm going to take that right onto the adhesive liner. All right, and then once it is in position and I'm happy with where it's sitting, I do then just like to go in and with the side of the applicator, just kind of pinch it together with my lashes so that it looks a little bit more seamless with the lashes that are naturally coming out of my eyes. They're definitely very full and they're giving me a full lash feel. I do think I wish that they were a little more sparse in this area, just so that it had a little bit more of a wispy feel. But I'm going to go put the other lash on, finish up my face, and we'll be right back to go over my final thoughts. All right, I am back. I'm going to be honest, I just filmed a whole tutorial on the eye look using a bunch of mini products. That video is already long up, so I'll link it up above. But the value of this box comes out to $150.99, which obviously for a box that's $25 to buy, definitely a great product value right there. Now, if I'm going to look through the products here, I'm going to say the standout product for me is probably going to be, again, the eyeshadow and the brushes. The brushes are beautiful, and you can definitely expect to see a lot more out of these. And I think the palette was just a really pretty, it went warm and fall without feeling like every fall palette. It's got a nice brick orange. It's got a nice, like, true orange, very pumpkin spice vibe. I think this does warm in a way that a lot of warm palettes for the fall tend to fall short because they're always a little cliche, and this one is absolutely beautiful. Obviously, there are two products that I'm not going to get any use out of, but even just looking at the two products I loved, and the lashes aren't bad. Like, I don't love them, but they're not a bad lash. Just not really the style for me. I wish they were a little less full in here just so I can see my eyeshadow a little bit better, but my eyes are a little hooded, so for me, that's just something I look for. Anyway, definitely a win of a box. Probably the best box I've gotten in the past like 3 months or so. I'm happy to be getting back to makeup again. I feel like the boxes have been so skincare heavy lately. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Obviously, I think this was a great box, and I'm really excited to do some more looks out of the palette and use these brushes a whole lot more. I know that it's kind of like weird to really get excited about brushes, but it's been a while since we got good brushes in Boxycharm. We get brushes all the time, but it's very rare that I find like holy grail staple brushes. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!